Alright, let's continue. That's like groping in the dark. It's like, excuse me? Ronald, you've come you've come to the 13th before, yes? You fought voice in here. Have we? But clearly you didn't know they could regenerate, else you would have shared that detail beforehand. They seemed to stay dead at the time, yes. I was a bit of a rush and didn't have time to wait around and see. From what I know of your foray, I can hardly blame you. Perhaps they returned after you left, but if they didn't, there must be a reason why. There are circumstances in which we are unable to return. If you like, I can tell you about this. Please do. The more you devour, the more powerful you grow, but in the process, your essence is blended with those of your prey. If you were to lose your flesh, the souls you had come to harbor may break free and consolate into distant void set once more. Before you yourself returns, your own soul might be devoured by your enemies, or your erstwhile prey. A fate more likely for stronger beings who require more time to regenerate. However, even assuming you survive the process, it's highly uncommon to return as you are. Yes, yet despite his greater strength, Scarlion managed to resurrect rather swiftly. Are there others capable of the same? Not that I'm aware of. His attachment to his flesh must have been unique for him to develop such an ability. I believe we understand the fundamentals of rebirth now. If I may, I would ask you about your power. Will you tell us about it? What you saw should speak for itself. I can bind the ether of the soul in crystal. Many wielded this power during the Contra Memoria, but I'm the only one left. I am told that heroes of the 13th once sealed gods in stones called Orosite. Are they in Memoria one and the same? Orosite. I do not know this word, but the world is vast and perhaps Memoria had different names elsewhere. But it does sound quite similar. How does one come to real Memoria? What happened to your peers? I have never thought about that. I do know though that Void Sant can't use the power. I assume I can because I'm mortal in part. I see. So, I wish to ask you about the man called Golbaz. He may well have my sister in his clutches. Is there aught you can tell us of him? The name sounds vaguely familiar, though I can't say how I know it. If he is powerful, however, someone in the castle may have heard of him. Then we must try talking to the other voids again. Let us entrust the task to Ronald. His echo will help facilitate communication. More importantly, he should be able to maintain his composure better than a conservative. Uh-oh. That I cannot deny. Forgive me, but will you not ask about Gomez in my stead? In my stead? On the Terrans to begin with, perhaps? Thank you. We shall remain here and discuss what other avenues we might pursue in the meantime. What is that? Oh. What? Is that a... Oh, shiny Titania's weapons are out. That's what that was. It was the shiny white mage. So they crafted weapons are in the. So the clever one hasn't been eaten. If nobody wants it, then perhaps no. Golbez? Of course I know him. Only a fool without ears wouldn't. His archfiends lead armies to ravage and conquer. They devour those they deem useless, those who can't fight. If you don't want to be eaten, then you had better flee, though soon there will be nowhere to run. If the one who devours her dies, perhaps the mistress will return. Then I may bask in her gaze again. Golbez, you say? My mistress spoke of him. He commands the archfiends. They are very powerful and have conquered many domains. The mistress bade us defend the castle from them. Yes, she did. So in other words, they were at war, trying to make sure that the archfiends did not take over. The tasty one returns to town. I mustn't you. I must you. Golbez? I know one of them from those I've eaten. He has minions, and those minions have minions. No one ever sees him. Back, Ronald. Were you able to learn a value? I got distracted. A countless voice answered to the archfiends, who in turn answered the Golbez, as your vision did suggest. Scar Malones. Aggression is also consistent with the claims that the archfiends conquer other domains. The question is, how do we reach Golbez if he surrounds himself with armies of minions? We could target his other archfiends, or perhaps those who have fled his service. Peter, you made your useful information. That's it. We can't do much while we're stuck on this isle. Hero, I would ask a favor of you. I am determined to save my sister As Dija. If there is even a faint possibility that Goldsmith has her, then I must find him. To that end, I want you to lend us your strength and knowledge. Will you accompany us on our quest? Forgotten the ways of my world already. If you want help, offer payment. None here will aid you out of kindness of their hearts. Any who claim otherwise are liars and betrayers. Or is this less a request and more a threat? If I refuse, will you force me to serve? Surely you must desire something. Name it. I have no purpose. Why would I desire anything? That's why I didn't bother to resist when the ones here fell upon me. What matter in a world that's already dead? By that logic, you've no reason to refuse our requests. The payment need but be to your satisfaction, correct? Did I not already say as much from the start? Very well, Zero. I propose you travel with us, and whenever you perform a deed that requires payment, we will provide it in ether. That's all you had to say. Everything else was superfluous. Your point. Where to now? Either a place that the archfiends may strike next, or where refugees and deserters may seek sanctuary. I know the latter. I will take you there. I assume you know how we can get off this island? I was brought here on a mountain. We can leave the same way. I did know some crying creatures near the terraces. Given our numbers, we'll need a large one, but regardless of size, all could be won over by ether. Excellent. Let us go and find our mountain once. So ether is currency in this world. It makes sense. Good. Lord, go away. Let's hear of this. Well... Dun, 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 dun. Do I even have enough for the... Should probably check that. Yeah, I do. Okay. I do have enough. 2,000, 2,000. Oh yeah, what is the new currency? That was... We should be able to find them out here. With the castle in disarray, the creatures will be hungry. Just a little ether should suffice. Are you ready? Need the key.
There it is.
I'm surprised by how fast the story is going. Like, from one part to another. It's like...
Good. It agrees to serve. Get on.
I really like this song. don't know what it is. Hey! So.
What is this place?
My domain. In the beginning, it was a sanctuary for me alone. But over time, others began to gather here. Those who had nowhere else to go.
A settlement of pariahs?
Aw.
You are under my protection here and will not be harmed. I give you my word. Follow me.
Wait. You are now in instance area 0's domain 3. Where is it? Hang on. Hang on. Say bear? I want to say bear. I really do. Whose likeness is this, you ask? The hero who will save the world. I'm waiting for the day he comes. Or is it a she? The details. I don't know how long I've been waiting. Why I even wait? Could you be the hero, perhaps? Oops. No, I don't think so. Something tells me I'll know when I meet him or her. I'll just have to keep waiting. This is my abode. The others won't come near, so you may be at ease. While they know their place, tantalizing needs their word to walk by. I can't guarantee they won't be palaces. It is a void sense nature to consume, their sole purpose, even if the pursuit of ether may lead to their undoing. Many succumb to instincts, but any who succumb here will have to answer to me. This is my domain, it's one and only rule, and it is absolute. Nowhere to run. Consider yourselves duly warned. If you wish to go among the boys sent here, that is your choice to make. All have fled from one master or another, but whether any of these masters in turn serve Gomez, I do not know. You must ask them yourselves. Most have traveled to your world, so it shouldn't be difficult to communicate. We shall go about making inquiries on this. Thank you for your counsel. Once we've learned all we can, let us reconvene at yonder plaza. You're going too, of course. In which case I shall accompany you. I only wish to observe. Do not expect me to help. It is settled then. I'm ready when you are. Ready? Then lead the way. I leave it to you to decide with whom do you speak. I call this my abode, but spend hardly any time here. I return only for meditation. All physical wounds can be healed by replenishing one's ether. You can't preserve your form if you lose sight of yourself. Such is the risk inherent in consuming another soul. It dilates your sense of self, alters you inside and out. To guard against this, I meditate, visualize who I am, and a place all my own. Make a habit of strolling about. 'Tis a strange feeling. I want to grab these before we do anything. This is the heart of my domain. Normally it's deserted, but you and yours have drawn everyone out. I don't recall this statue. However, it came to be here. I certainly didn't wish for it. You're one of the mortals, is it true? When you die over there, you really die? So it is, so it is. What brings you here then? Ah yes, Golbez. He seeks strong minions to grow his army, so I hear. But recently he stopped doing it. Instead, he devours all. Perhaps he gathered enough fodder, and is now intent on bolstering his own strength. A sure sign that he is about to make a move. Stay away from me. If you don't want to be eaten, stay away. Gobez, I've heard the name before. I remember always speaking of a great crusade. I don't know what that is, but it sounds delicious. Crusade. From whom did you hear this? Fafario. He was a minion of another minion. Went on and on about the terrible things he saw. I see. Perhaps Fafario can tell us more. To walk around like her like that. You're her minion then? You know I don't take minions. He has some questions and I want you to answer them. I don't know that one. Oni. Oh! I've seen that name before. Oni Scaras? Scatwas. Isn't that the queen? Isn't that the queen? Yeah. Yeah, she was, yep, she was the queen. Yeah. She was... Oh my god, there's really no plot. Yeah, she was in Dunskav. She was the ruler. Well, this is kind of sad because they don't have any information about her. It's interesting because, yeah. When she led us beyond the veil, I grew scared and fled. I've been here since. I don't know anyone else, nor do I wish to. That's all I can tell you. It was a powerful voice and ruled over a vast domain. That was a long time ago, though, so I doubt she has any connection to Gomez. Satisfied with what you've learned? Ah, let's step away before you become too tempted to resist. Yeah. So, that's interesting. So they get... If it isn't immortal. You remind me of the time I was summoned to your world by someone who saw it. Well, it turned out to be a deviant who had my vessel chained to a bed. And when I tried to break free, he had the gall to call me a hideous fiend. And as if that wasn't bad enough, he started slicing me up. I left that body and fled back here as quickly as I could. Never again. Oh, there's another one. It seems the rumors of Gomez even reached my door. Fair to assume he's gathering strength for his crusade, whatever that may be. But I must say, I wouldn't have guessed that Farfarlo once fought in Gomez's army. It's a miracle he survived serving an archfiend. I suppose I should explain. Farfaro is the weakest among us, constantly in fear of being devoured. He's on good sorts with others. The only one he's comfortable with is Siriado. He's a fellow coward who runs the instant he senses a threat. Won't stop until he's exhausted. When their hunger grows too intense, they feed on each other's hunger. Such is their relationship. But I ramble. You intend to seek out Papario, I presume? No. Then I'll come with you. He's less likely to hide that way. Meanwhile, excuse me? Well, now it's awkward because there's only 3 left.
Not only did the mortals conquer Troya, they defeated Scarmalione.
Scarligoni. I cannot say
I
that.
struggle to believe it. They're very small, my lords. They were aided by one of our world, who transformed Scarmalione's soul into crystal. Crystal? This one speaks of Memoria. Now there's something I've not heard for an age. It'll bring a pang of nostalgia to my breast and a tear to my eye. If the very notion wasn't absurd! Drowned in darkness, as were we all.
And yet Scarmalione still does not answer. Were he alive, he would have returned by now. Weakest though he was, his ability to regenerate was without peer. If this account is true, if a Memoriat has survived, they cannot be suffered to live.
Leave this matter to me, Lord Galvez. I, Barbaricia, shall strike down any who pose a threat to our plans.
'Tis true,
I know what the trial
you are
is.
a proven commander, well suited to leading an assault.
And when I have succeeded, I would beg a boon of you.
What do you desire?
The dragon's ether. All that remains.
The insolence. No place.
With respect, my locks are free as the wind, without incentive to sway them. I know not whither they will blow.
Boldly spoken. I trust you will not disappoint me.
Upon this flowing hair and my immortal soul, I will not fail.
Then go and impress upon these interlopers the futility of defiance.
My lord.
Feeling I know what the trial is. Here, but for her to bring them herself. This place is huge. I'm no longer I might die, but I can't. Not us. You're not devouring my ether, you hear me? I don't... I mean, do we have that power? Wait. Well, okay. I didn't know we could actually ride our... I didn't know we could ride our ice. Barbario keeps to the fringes of my domain this way. The voids sent here don't answer to a master. They can do as they please, but all must answer to the hunger and seek out prey when they need ether. Except for Farfalio and Carliata, that is. They are content to take from one another. Barring an incident, they dare not venture out. When he takes flight, Cariato will not seek shelter until he is utterly spent. Fafario, on the other hand, prefers to hide in a safe place to come. Oh, whatever I do now. This is what I expected. Where is Farfalio? Farfalio isn't here anymore. He's left. Yes, that's right. That doesn't sound like him at all. Well, he's gone, alright. What do you want me to say? And if he flees, as he is wont to do. This doesn't sit well with me. What do you make of Char's behavior? He seemed frightened. Had you been threatened, we wouldn't have found him in one place. No. He would run in circles until he could run no more. That's his nature. As he says, Fafario is gone, but that is quite unusual. As is the fact that Cariato, who was clearly frightened, chose not to flee, but instead hid here where Fafario usually. No. Cariato now. He did it. Fafario, I guess Cariato has consumed Fafario. We need to talk. There's no time. The wind rises. We must flee. The wind rises? What is he talking about? After him. As soon as I figure out exactly how. Inside? Inside. Not inside. Around it. What's gotten into you? What do you mean the wind rises? When the wind rises, she comes. Barbara Cara. Cara? Who in the world is that? We must flee, all of us. There's no time. I don't sense anything. He seems convinced it's a dead end beyond. We'll corner him. We're doomed. There's nowhere to run. What are you running from? I already told you, Babacara, the Archfiend of Wind. Archfiend juice. Who will be devoured or forced to serve to fight in the crusade, but it makes no difference in the end. All are eaten by her and her enemies. I didn't want to fight anymore. That's why I fled and came here. See, that explains everything. Almost. I thought it was Fafario who used to serve an Archfiend. Not you. Not you, who always ran at the first sign of trouble. You who now speak as though you were Barbario's minion. There's only one explanation. He devoured Fafario. Indeed, that would account for his uncharacteristic behavior. So, is that the way of it? Did you devour Fafario? And not just a portion of his ether, but his entire being? How did you know? It wasn't only your behavior that felt strange. You felt strange, as if there was more than you present. Now, I don't believe you would have lost control. Most likely it was at Fafario's behest. I can't hide anything from you. I admit it, Favaria didn't leave. I ate him. He feared Valkyria more than anything, hated the endless fighting, so he begged me to devour him. Then he would never have to fight again. Rather than an eternity of fighting, he chose a moment of pain. For all the good it did, I could still hear his voice in my head. He's frightened, so very frightened. When you're eaten, your essence is blended with that of your devourer. And though you have no control, your consciousness is part indoors. Were this a world where the wheel of life and death still turned, the soul wouldn't linger so stubbornly. In time, it would return to the great flow. But there's no such end here, no escape. All know this, in making his choice, Lothario must have been desperate indeed. And now that desperation is joined with Siriato's fear, driving him to act erratically. This place will become a battlefield. We don't want to be eaten, either me or Fafario. But there's nowhere to go, nowhere. Then tell me about Baccarat. I would know who it is we face. It's too late. She is good as here, and no one can escape her wings. No one. Her domain.
And she's brought her domain with her.
Oh.
The Archfiend's after you and yours, I shouldn't doubt. Perhaps you should go and find them. But be warned, whatever this is about, do not expect us to get involved.
I can't bear it! Eaten and being eaten! I only want to be left in peace!
You and me both.
One inside.
One of the Archfiend's approaches.
They must have been tracking our movements.
She's here.
Excellent. You've saved me the trouble of traveling to Troya.
So you're Barbaricia.
Barbaricia.
Mind your manners, mortal. My name is not to be spoken, save in reverence and fear. And what is this pitiful domain? Pitiful wretch is all. I will put you out of your misery. Alas, poor Scarmiglione, and good riddance. Felled by outsiders in pursuit of what? Pray tell.
A dragon. One who crossed to this world thousands of years ago. Know you aught of it?
A dragon, you say? Huh. My Lord Golbez is more clever than I realized. To let the prize live, that it might lure more prey to us. Very well. In gratitude and service, I shall devour every last mote of their souls.
Where is she? Where is Ashdaya?
Huh. You even share its scent. How curious. And irresistible.
If you think us easy prey, you're wrong.
Unlike Scarmiglione, I need not skulk in shadow to claim what is mine. If you would know about the dragon you seek, then enter into my domain. You may flee instead if you wish, if the fate of the sorry lot here is of no concern to you. One way or another, I will have satisfaction.
What's the plan then?
Go, we'd be playing into her hands.
Aye, that we would. Even so, we don't have any intention of turning tail now, do we? We find her and get our answers. Will you be joining us, Zero?
You may be easily goaded into accepting her challenge, but my curiosity is not so insatiable as to cloud my judgment. Nevertheless, if you are desperate for my aid, you know my price.
I shall pay it. So long as you leave me strength enough to see my sister home, you may take as much as you wish. And lest you forget, mine is no ordinary ether. Barbaricia too recognized its potency.
Very well. We have a bargain.
The less time we give the enemy to prepare, the better. If everyone is ready, let us forth indeed, and yet my heart weighs heavy for those struck down. Were it not for us, she would not have come here. Should you require a moment, Sarah? For what? Maria took what she could. She was wise to strike quickly, as we would be. Agreed. This is no time for sentiment. I need a battle matters now. Harsh. The wind rises. A word of warning. Beauregard spoke as if she would give us answers if we were to defeat her. But even assuming she'll talk, which I doubt, I trust I need to tell you how foolish it is to give an archfiend a second chance. Best to seal her away at the earliest opportunity. If you wish to peer into her past, the memorial will suffice. I can't win the power, but I can't win. Well then, you had better hope it favors you when the time comes. Rest assured, this won't be our last opportunity to learn about Asdaja. If another Archfiend were to fall, Liz would surely be compelled to respond. We need only wait for our quarry to come to us. Indeed, if our struggles with Scarlone taught us not, 'tis that we must hold nothing back when facing an Archfiend. Let us heed Zero's advice and steal our way. The earliest opportunity. If we are all in agreement, then let us be off. Travel, buddy. Oh, wait. Hang on. Travel to the depot. Oh my goodness.
You're not the only ones who can ride the wind. Leave these ones to us.
I see to Barbaricia.
See him? Ah. Yep. That's the trial. There's your trial. Storm's Crown. So I'm gonna take this. The music just